Tarpley Music in Fort Worth, Texas. And if you need to find us at any time, you sure can. Just hop online, go to tarpleymusic.com. I guess it's that way. Whatever, it's right there. So we've got a kind of a refresh of a series here with Martin, and this is the juniors. So this particular one here is the Martin Dreadnought Junior E, and I did not scrape it along the gravel. Okay, Martin did. No, I'm just kidding. So this is just their kind of a cool, it is a spruce top, but this is called their StreetLegend burst. Get it? Because, like, you know, StreetLegend's beating up their guitar, and it's really cool, you know. It's got, you know, a lot of people refer to this as Relic. Here in Texas, they say, man, that's scraped up. But that's what it is. So really cool looking. And it's really kind of weird because it has a smooth kind of feel to it, whatever. But that's the vibe. I think it's really cool. Relics, you know, it's a thing. They do a good job. Anyway, so it is spruce top, and then this is sapele back and sides. Big fan of sapele. I actually have a sapele back and sides guitar I use a lot for gigs. I think it is a really killer wood for the price point. You're not spending an arm and a leg. You're getting a good full tone. That's my 2 cents. So this is a little bit different scale length, right? Because this is a junior. It's not Papa, it's junior. And it's a 24.9 scale length. And the scale length, of course, is your playable area. So you're going from your saddle to your nut. Your average dreadnought is a 25.5. Okay, so kind of giving you an idea there, you know, of the playable difference. So it is more comfortable to play. It is a little smaller in that sense. It does have 20 frets. It hits the body at 14 to give you an idea of the scale length. So it does feel a little smaller to me than it probably actually is, which is from a comfort level, especially, you know, doing fingerstyle stuff like that. It's great for that. So the fingerboard and the bridge are both made out of Martin's Rich Light, which is a product that they have, which is a very compressed kind of product to simulate kind of wood in that sense. And one thing I'll say about it, I think it gets a lot of sustain. I think you'll hear that when we mic this thing up and we do some just long, you know, diamonds and stuff. You'll hear a chord just, it'll go for a while, even single notes. It's 20 frets here, and a white tusk saddle, a little offset white tusk saddle there. These hold, shape really well, easy to deal with from a, you know, a luthier or guitar tech standpoint. Very classy tuners. So this is the nickel open gear tuners here, and I've got kind of the gold piece there, the cog, and then the tuners themselves. It's really cool. This is kind of a little bit more of a vintage kind of open gear tuner. Some of these, there's a dreadnought in this series also that has like a satin kind of chrome, was pretty cool as well. So they're both really cool. I like them all. And then to the neck itself is a select hardwood neck. It's not from a select hardwood tree. It is actually meaning that there's select hardwoods that they like to use for necks, so it's what we have in our supply as of right now. Basically, I would guess it's probably mahogany, NATO, and some other good wood, but hardwoods that are used for necks. And the cool part about that is like, okay, cool, we can get production out. It might be with this neck or whatever, but no big deal. Feels great. Feels fine. It's good satin finish, so nothing gets sticky back here when you're playing. And then to wrap it all together, they have the Martin E1 electronics in it, which is it's very user-friendly in the sense you got a tuner and it's right here at the bottom of the sound hole. And to turn that on, you've got your control up here that has a volume and a tone like an actual dial. And then there's 2 buttons underneath that. One of them will turn on the tuner. The other is a phase button. So if you feel maybe with the monitor you're a little out of phase, you're getting some feedback or something, you could hit that phase, probably take care of it. Nice little just added thing in there. Most of the time, probably don't even need to deal with it, right? But it's cool to have it there. It's like a sweater, right? It's better to have it and not need it. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we're going to mic this thing up. And we're going to try to get some, see if we can get the best representation of how this thing sounds. Because honestly, these are pretty loud, especially for the size. I think hopefully you'll be surprised as we were. And we'll mic it up. And of course, we will go the direct with the pickup as well, combination of that kind of stuff. And to give you kind of the full spectrum, we'll do a little bit with like mellow with some finger style playing. And then we will also just strum the heck out of it. right, so we've heard this little guitar on its own, but I'm wondering what it'd sound like if I play along with some tracks I recorded before. Let's find out. All right, hit it, boys. Okay, so takeaways. First of all, for some people who really dig this kind of a look, I think they did a great job where it doesn't look fake relic. It actually does look like it does a pretty good job of kind of the relicing in there, and on top of it having this burst, right? Definitely looks like there's a street performer who played it for a while. It's just kind of cool. And I know people who really like these from a collecting standpoint and just put it on the wall. So, and I get it, right? It's especially guitar, such a work of art. Anyway, but this plays really well, and I think it sounds pretty huge for the size of that. We were kind of talking about that earlier when we were strumming them. We're like, oh, okay, these are pretty loud. It's pretty full sounding in here. So I'll be real curious to hear your comments on what you think of that. Like I said, you can always get your hands on one and then strum it yourself. You're going to be able to tell, obviously, something that's never going to be on a video, but hopefully we got you some interest and some information on this series. And from a teacher standpoint, this would be a great guitar for someone who really needs to upgrade guitar, but they still need a little bit smaller of a guitar. They can't handle a full dreadnought or a jumbo, or maybe even the scale length of like a Grand Auditorium or something, because they still like that dreadnought feel and sound, then yeah, this would be one to really look at. Maybe a guy who needs, hey man, I need a really good coffee shop gig guitar that I can beat up and beat around a little bit without spending a lot of money. That would be good. I mean, there's just a lot of applications for this series. I think it's pretty cool. Martin said, hey, let's do kind of a junior of our dreadnought, some guitars, and just kind of put it at a price point where more people could afford to get into Martin. Then cool. I mean, can't argue with that philosophy there. So, hey, I hope you liked learning about this new series here and checking out this StreetLegend Burst Martin D Jr. E. And like it. If you like the video, then like it. That tells us you like the video you liked. Yeah, right? And then if you want to subscribe to us, that would be even better. You can subscribe to our channel. We just keep growing, and it means the world to us. I'd love to have you on here as we put out a lot more videos. We're constantly uploading, and honestly, we have a line of some guitars, and we've got some pedals and other things that are coming up that we're going to be doing videos on. So if you'd like to know when we drop those, you can just turn on your notifications, hit the little bell there, and hopefully we will see you on the next one.